Hey everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be working on 2 of my full deck challenges because I'm a week behind. And so I have them pretty much put together, so I'm hoping not to keep you too long on here. But the last one I did was 48, which was, I think, 2 weeks ago, because I know this week was 50, so last week was 49. I think I did this one last week, but anyway, this was my one for dangle, and you can see the dangle, my things dangling there. And this week is mosaic. And I, rather than, oh my gosh, rather than bore you, this one, first of all, this one threw me. Because in my mind, mosaic is when you take like squares and form a picture, and that's just not it's not really my style. But when I looked it up on the internet, just mosaic, it was really just, so anyway, I used this paper from Collage Soup, and these are cherry blossoms, I believe. And I just cut out a bunch of squares and then put it together in sort of a mosaic pattern. And then I cut out some big, from the same page. It looked like this. But I put this on the wrong paper, so I'll use this for something else. But yeah, I cut out some blossoms. And then I have this I'm going to be putting back here. It says mosaic on it. I apologize if my video looks dark. It is very overcast and rainy today. And so my carryover every month, my constant is labels. So I have partial label here. And then my carryover from the last card is going to be 2 things. It's going to be some of these these are Tim Holtz things. So I'm trying to remember if I had it like this. Yeah, it's going to be these little Tim Holtz things, but it's also going to be these, I'm going to put the number in the same pattern. So yeah. Sorry, I just realized I want to ink this up a little because the background seems to be a little... But yeah, this was this was my, and anyway, I didn't think that you wanted to sit there and watch me glue a bunch of squares down, so I went ahead and pre-prepped that. And I'm going to be doing 49 and 50 in this video just to get caught up so that I can do I'll probably do 51 and 52 this week because we're going to be gone the last 6 days of 2025. We're hoping for some snow up at the family cabin mountain house, and we're going to go up there and spend last few weeks of the year, enjoying some quiet and solitude. Although there is a slight possibility that my husband's parents may join us up there. They're kind of playing it by ear. We always like spending time with them, so. But yeah, let's see. I love that it's taken me until oops, spoke too soon. I was gonna say I'm thrilled that it's taken me until the last two cards to finally glue them down correctly in the right order, but not quite in the right order. How's everybody's Christmas prep going? I officially finished a few days ago, which is why you have not seen me creating anything recently, because I've been in present buying mode. Just wanted to pick up the last of everything and call it done so that I could enjoy the next few I finished on Thursday so that I could enjoy, you know, pretty much Friday through Christmas without having to do any kind of shopping. Although I will have to go out for groceries. I'm trying to figure out, we're having my in-laws over for Christmas Eve. They're kind of at that age where they don't want gifts. So we end up just baking up some goodies for my father-in-law. And then I make up these, not elaborate, but I do these very detailed itineraries for our trips. And so my mother-in-law wants me to do one for them, and that's kind of my gift to her, I guess. That's what she asked for. And it won't be done by Christmas, which is fine, because she's asked me for this like a week and a half ago. Otherwise, I didn't quite know what to get her. She's definitely a hard person to shop for. But they're also, like I said, at that age where they don't want gifts per se. And so I'm going to do an itinerary for her to go see the Northern Lights, because that's one of the things she wants to do before it's too late for her. So yeah, there's 49. So we have mosaic. I put it up here, which is different. Usually I put it on the label. Here's my constant is a label. And my carryover was the Tim Holtz. I think that's the Tim Holtz. Was, you know, these little label type things. And then the glitter stickers. And so 50, this one admittedly also threw me. These last few threw me. Maybe it's because I don't have... I don't see, you know, Shiniki's, there's Shanna, she's had a lot going on, so she hasn't posted or finished the last couple, and so they've sort of thrown me. But my carryover from last week is the paper. This is the paper that was, you can see here. It's interesting how it prints out differently. Well, this is on cream paper, this is on white. So this is, there, the same. Oh, my carryover is this paper. And this week is Wonky House. So I went to my collage soup because I thought I had some, and there is some wonky looking houses. I went with, this is a sheet of them. And I originally was going to go with this one, but this is super wonky. But I went with some smaller ones so that I could get more on the page, because on this page I can only get one. And I wanted more of like a, I don't know, village looking. So I'm also going to put this label on here. It's not a label. It's a tag. I don't know what it is. It's a digital from, I believe, J. Lee Lou on Etsy. But I have a couple of little wonky houses, and I'm trying to make, I don't know, a little homestead, a little village. I don't know. I'm not putting enough on here to make a village, but enough to make a little grouping of houses. They're all a little bit wonky. You know, the roofs are a little wonky. The doors are a little off. Like this one is not, I'm putting it down sort of semi-straight, but it is not straight, as you can see at the bottom here. And I don't know, it has a weird, the roofs are weird. Yeah. I have this tiny one that I put up there. Oh, I forgot my tree shoot. This needs to go behind here. I don't know, when I laid them down, they looked good, but sometimes when you glue things down, they look different than they did. It's weird. And I don't know why this label to me needed to go on here, or whatever this thing with the numbers. Because it's... But I tried to do this up without it, and it looked super weird. And then I have no idea what this is. It's some kind of creature. It's a wonky creature. I'm going to give you that. So we're going to put the wonky creature in the little village here. It's from the same... There's a couple of them. See, like, what is that? That looks like maybe a squirrel. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I can fit in another wonky shaped house here. Because I feel like I need something there. Like I said, when I set them down on here, when you don't glue them down, they look different. They really do. And so I'm trying to figure out if I need another. It just looks like it doesn't, that would look weird. Maybe this little tiny one. Also, there's like a little turret. Let's see if we need one there. I could put like a sentiment or something there. I was just gonna say, I'm thinking of doing some white splatters on this, but I don't have my white splatter. I had to clean out the jar I usually have my white splatter paint in. I just realized I have not brought it back in here. I don't know, does that look weird? Anyway, my would carry over at the bit, and then I'm gonna have this that says wonky house. Maybe if I just cut a little bit of a facade. I just feel like I need something here. But I also don't want to block. Ugh. Wonky house, not going to be my favorite card. Tone down that a little bit, and then I'm going to write wonky house, because that would take a lot of stickers and it would look crazy. So maybe sorry, I'm trying to see what I have. I'm going to be shooting something else in a few soon. And I'm seeing what I have here. I guess I could put another tree there. Sorry, when I laid it out, it looked good, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy with this. And now I'm not happy with, I don't know whether I moved things slightly and it's just not coming. It's just not looking right. So like I think, oh, okay, this might be what I needed. Just another tree there. I don't know. Oh, sorry guys, I got quiet. I think I like the extra tree there. I just wanted something that made it look more like, I don't know, the big hole there was throwing me off. So that feels a little bit better. I'm going to put the number up here. So this is card 50. Cannot believe that we are in the last... Okay, just broke that. That's not great. Oh, wow. So that was my only 5 on this sheet. What is happening here? So I know I've used these before. That's the other part of the 5. I'll have to piece together this 5. How bizarre. But the 0 was fine. It was just like the 5 was... Although this feels like it has no glue on it, and the 5 felt too sticky. Weird. That's fine. So yeah, honestly, not my best this year, but I'm okay with it because these last few prompts have not been my favorites. And I saw somebody on the Facebook group who was like, anyone else just lose steam after Shanna stopped doing them? And kind of. I think just Christmas in general has been very craft killing for me, just because trying to get everything done. And like, I still have most of my gifts to wrap. And I actually have my niece's last part of her gift. It's still not here. So, but I do know it was mailed, and it's just stickers, so they should be here on time. All right, so let's take a look here. We have... The last card I did was 48, and that was Dangle. And so for 49, we did Mosaic, and that's in the background here. Brought over these and the stickers. And then we have 50, which is Wonky House. And so here's some kind of wonky looking houses and a wonky animal at that, if that's what that's supposed to be. I was like, is it a dog? Is it I don't know what it is. Anyway, the background paper was brought over, and then my constant label. And yeah, I think this is... I really appreciated having like these stick off just a little bit. I feel like it gives the card a little more dimension, and I may And maybe you'll see that when I do card 51, which is Queen of Hearts. Also, I'm not... Anyway, I may put some white splatter on this to kind of look like snow, just to make it stand out a little more. But yeah, I saw somebody do this where they make the leaves and stuff not be flat, so there's a little bit of dimension to it. Yeah, anyway. So that was these two cards. Done and done. Sorry, I thought that looked too white down there, but now I think it looks too dark. Maybe that's a happy nice between there. Wipe a little bit of that off. All right, so 49 and 50, done. Excited to have them done. Like I said, the next one is Queen of Hearts, and then there's Animal Print. And I will probably actually do those at the same time this week. And just finish up my year, since I don't plan on doing any crafting up at the cabin, because I don't want to have to take all this stuff up there. It's quite a flight of stairs to get up to the house, and then there's a whole flight of stairs. I don't want to have to carry things back and forth. So I'm taking very minimum things with me. I think I'm going to use the time up there just to read and relax, but I am going to take up my big envelope of fussy cutting stuff, because while we're watching movies or, you know, just chilling out, I can take some time to cut some things out, start the new year ready to go. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I'm going to do at least 1 or 2 more videos before. Well, I have to do 50 and 51. I mean, 51 and 52 this week. And I still have a few of the December that I want to do. So I'm going to try and do those before I leave and just schedule them. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Thank you. Hope everything's going well for you guys, and that your Christmas plans are coming together. And I'll talk to you in a day or so. Bye.